Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakwadash, Zurabanash, DC Camp. Another short lesson to the Father, hopeful elect, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone who rule well in righteousness. You see on the screen? Yeah, that's what our people had to experience. You see the dollar amount for our people way back in the 1800s. All right, so slavery, yeah, it's a part of America's history. All right, it's part of Israel's history. It's part of Edom's history. All right, so you just gotta drink that bitter, bitter, the bitter cup. It's just part of doing the work of the Lord. You have to accept the scriptures for what it is, and this is all part of prophecy. All right, and our people just want to ignore this and shop their way out of poverty, out of oblivion. You know, our people need this knowledge of knowing who they are, but they choose not to strive for it. Right? They're always upset about the relevant things of this world. Fighting over sandwiches, fighting over vain things. All right, they should be more concerned about the scriptures of the Lord about Shema Shai. They should accept their identity as Israelites. All right, because when Judah, Benjamin, and Levi start to be awakened by the Lord by Shema Shai, the following tribes, Latino tribes, we follow suit. We get in line, and you just got to be honest with ourselves, man. You can't pretend that whether you're from West Africa, whether you're from the Caribbean, whether you're from America, that you so-called Negro, that your ancestors didn't have to go through this. You know, somewhere was sold for less, right? But in today's in today's currency, you know, they'll be worth more. But nonetheless, they're still slaves. All right. Our people just need to wake up, man, and understand that there is no running away from the truth. You just have to accept, the difficulties, that we are experiencing here in Babylon. It doesn't matter how much money you got. You're still gonna be oppressed. When your people are oppressed, you're oppressed. You're oppressed too. All right. That's the way it is. Scripture talks about carrying each other's burden. For those that don't want to accept it, hey, they're gonna be rejected of Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, because Scripture talks about being your brother's keeper. All right, you can't be, putting a false doctrine into your brother. You know, you know, presenting him with a false ideology, and then you neglect, the truth of our heritage. That's not proper. But this knowledge is not for everybody, so that's a clear cut right there. So this is Baruch chapter 3 verse 8 says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse." All right, for a reproach and a curse. All right, so our people are jacked up, man. We're still under the curses, man. All right, we're still under the curses. And our people like to, pretend, that they're living their best lives. But it's just an illusion, okay? And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And that's exactly what we get. That's what you see on the screen. That's why Esau and the other nations, make fun of Israelites. Whenever Jake travels around the world, become an object of entertainment, become a pariah. Yeah, because we don't really have the strength, to overcome these nations. Only spiritually that we can overcome them. It's through the Lord Yahushua. All right? And that's one thing our people need to understand. All this striving, working overtime, starting a business here, starting a business over there, it's not the way out. It's only through the Lord Yahushua that we're going to have victory. All right. So then through Yahushua, we're going to be put out of our misery. Being lifted up out of the shithole. That we call prosperity. Spotless. Trying to make a living here in Babylon. So you see, Jake. Man. $200. 55. The older you are, the less your value. Once you pass your prime, that's it. All right. So he sees Jake named Ransom. All right, 23 years old, $800. All right, and then the more valuable you are, the more you know, your you know, your dollar amount. And you see another person, $800, Jansen. All right, 21 years old. All right, because you know how Esau is, man. It's basically trading. you know. So our people need to understand, man. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. All right, but if you don't have the Lord Yahweh Shai on your side, you're on the losing end. You're basically a two-time loser. All right, and there's no shame, man, in admitting, being an Israelite. By accepting, our history, you're able to move on. To spiritual things. If you're able to handle the physical things, then you can move on to the spiritual things, and that's a requirement. That's a requirement. Right? I'm going to get another precept here. It's going to be from the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 11. All right? And it says, Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. All right? So, more shame is coming. Shame is coming to these Edomites, these Ishmaelites, these Hamites, these Moabites, Ammonites, Japheth. Shame is going to be upon their head because they've taken advantage of our misery as a people. Right? And then it says, They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. All right, and that's a promise from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. You can't ignore that, man. You can't be ashamed of your heritage. Being spelled out in the scriptures, in the Holy Bible. All right. Verse 12 says, Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. All right. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. So they're going to become irrelevant, man. Esau is going to be done away with. All right. The nations are going to be put back in their place. All right. So we're going to have rulership. The scripture talks about having the heathen as your inheritance. So that's a promise from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. They're going to be your servants, handmaids and bondmaids and all that stuff. Yeah, they get sent captivity because that's what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai promised us. It's called a just balance. All right. So you shouldn't be ashamed to proclaim the gospel, the whole gospel. All right. This is part of our heritage. You can't ignore it. It's not something you take lightly. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. It says, But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. So all these, people that buy out, that pay, paid, to buy people as slaves and all that. That's not really what you call salvation. It's enslavement. It's basically transfer of goods. Transfer of services. You buy a jig for $200, and then you're able to hire him out. Lease him out like a so-called rental car. Do some job over here, do some job over there, depending on the talent Jake has. You know, it's just part of the history. Our folks just like to, have their mind numbed, but it's not gonna help. All right, all those drugs and weed and all that stuff, it's not gonna get you away from this, man. It's not gonna be the escape route. All right, the only escape route is through the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right. Then it says, I read one more time. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 17, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yashah, Bashem Kokodash, with an everlasting salvation. Alright, salvation that cannot be undermined. Alright, salvation that can never be overcome by the enemies. Alright, it says, you shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. Alright, that's one thing our people need to understand, man. You know, the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh has given us is above all wisdom that's upon the face of the earth. So why not hold on to it? Alright, it's just that simple. Alright, you don't want to get too technical with Jake. Just keeping the basics. You know, just keeping the basics. You know, that's all Jake can handle. Alright, and then I get one more precept here, and that's about it. So this is Isaiah chapter 54 verse 4. It says, fear not. Alright, so you shouldn't be afraid, man. When you're in hard times, man, you know, you shouldn't be timid, you shouldn't be intimidated. You should pray the Lord that Shema Shai gets you out of it. You should have faith in him. Alright, Isaiah 54 verse 4. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. Why? Because our confidence is in the Lord Yahushua. Alright, he's the captain of our salvation. Alright, he's the one that's going to give us the victory. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth. Alright, so we're not going to dwell too much on this oh woe is me, you know, mentality. You're going to have the mindset of a victor, the mindset of a conqueror. Alright, a sound mind. Always concerned about victory, concerned about structure and order. Alright? For thou shalt not forget the shame of thy youth, and shall not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. So it's gonna be a thing of the past, man. You know, it's not gonna be the main topic we'll be dwelling on. Alright, because you have more righteousness to think of, man, you know. More righteousness to think of. You won't be thinking about oppression of our people. Alright, the past. It's all about the future. And the future is bright. So that's just the point that I can, you know, our people should be encouraged to seek after the Lord Shema Shai and stop worrying about all this temporary crap, man. You know, there is no so-called progress in this world outside the scriptures. Alright, it's just concessions. You know, it's either you're free or you're not. Alright. Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. We're striving for freedom in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So that was the point that Akim, who have been edified, you know, strive to be free according to the gospel of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Scripture talks about if Yahweh Shai makes you free, you're free indeed. That's exactly what we're looking forward to. Alright, Shalom.